Hello everyone, Scott Scales coming to you from the TalkFusion team, and I'm pleased to bring you another tutorial on the TalkFusion video conference and video broadcast system. In this video, I'm actually just going to walk you through a quick summary of the actual platform itself when you're hosting a video conference and a video broadcast. So what I'm going to do is I've come into my back office, I've gone to my meetings, and I'm going to click on the link to actually load up one of my conferences. Take it up to full screen. I know we're cutting off the top of the banner here, but you'll get plenty of screen here to see what's important. So I'm going to bring this in, and then I'm going to log in. And now I'm actually logging into the back of a video conference and video broadcast. Now kind of keep in mind that while you have a video broadcast and video conference center, they are interchangeable with the push of a button, and I'll get into that as we move forward. But I wanted to walk you through just some of the basic things to understand in the back of your TalkFusion video conference video broadcast platform. At the top you do have a custom banner. Right now we're also able to take this banner off to allow for a more full screen view for the user. So that's actually coming out on the 16th of this month, and that's a big plus. Then we have the actual menu right here, and I'm just going to walk through this real quick. This menu is for the administrator area. It allows you to invite more participants. You can do it from your user accounts that you may have already set up or by email. If you're inviting by email, again, this person needs to be a public meeting where the user doesn't need to have a username and password. Then we have the block incoming attendees. So if you've got a meeting that's in session with a couple of users and you don't want anybody else to come into that meeting, you can block it and not allow anybody else to come in. That's a really nice feature. We have the ability to record meetings. We can place the entire conference on hold and then come back. We could end the meeting, we can leave the meeting, so we could actually have a meeting in session, click leave meeting, and those attendees that are there would still be there until the conference time is over. The microphone settings and the camera settings are important. I'm not going to click on these because I'm actually on a recording and it would mess everything up. But if you click on these, it's going to allow you to select your microphone and your camera that you're going to be using on this platform. So again, I'm not going to click on these now, but this is where you would actually find those settings. So if you have people coming on board, they're also going to see this microphone setting and camera settings as a user, and you can direct them there if they're having issues with their camera or their microphone. The next is layouts. Layouts is a very cool feature. It allows you to really be able to modify the look of your screen with a push of a button. And I'll get into this in another video, but we're able to really kind of customize the look and feel of this and switch these again with the push of a button. You'll see here under custom layouts, I've created some custom layouts, and we'll get in that in another tutorial. Under pods basically are the modules that we see. So we have a video mod, we have the attendee video mod, we have the presentation. So pod actually simply just means a module on the screen that would be active, and you can either come up here and click on a module to bring it onto the screen or bring it off the screen, or you can bring it on the screen by clicking up here, and then there's a little X button that you can actually close a module. Also, on every module that's on the screen, or pod as they're called, you can make them go full screen, or you can make them go back to here, and you can also manually resize any particular box on the window. Just keep in mind that the primary box will be on top, and then so on. So once you do this, you're going to want to make sure that you can get back and forth between those modules. So again, very, very easy to move around, to add content to your screen, to remove content from your screen, to resize the content. Very, very, very flexible system. So just want to kind of show you guys that very quickly, that it's easy to change everything around on the screen, which again, most platforms don't have any functionality like this at all. So again, adds a lot of functionality to what we're doing. Want to show you real quick just each of the modules that we have. We have the attendee list. This is where the attendees will show up. And then we have the presenter screen, and I'll turn mine on. I'll show you my smiling face. When you go to turn your camera on, it's going to give you a security to allow it to happen. So I'm going to make sure we can do it. And now you'll actually see that I'm here recording this video. And if I wanted to turn my mic on, I would simply click here and turn my mic on. And if I click right here, that microphone is always going to be on. I'm not going to click that right now because we get a double feed into the recording. But over here, if somebody does not have a headset and they're on, it's very important to tell them not to leave their mic on, because it will automatically cause echo based on the fact that the sound would come out of their microphone, or excuse me, out of their speakers and right back into their microphone. But if they are on a conference without a headset, they can simply push a button to hold it down to talk just like a walkie-talkie, and let go when they're done. So this is the presenter screen where the main presenter can be housed, and over here I can actually broadcast my camera in two places, and you'll notice that I'm up in this screen as well, and I could turn my microphone on over here, and I can actually disappear from over here and show up over here and be just part of the conference. So again, very, very flexible, can take it from small to big, and we can have up to 15 users in this screen. So again, very powerful as we move forward, and you can invite as many people to watch these conferences as you want to. We have an unlimited number of participants that come and watch, but 15 on this screen, and then one broadcaster showing here. Here we actually have a chat box where users can chat back and forth, and you can make this so that everybody can see it, or just also be able to go in, clear the chat, and then disable the chat for participants if you choose to disable it during the conference. And so up here is, again, this is the chat box. I can come up, I'm just going to turn all these on so we can just kind of look at each one. The attendee list is pretty straightforward. This is where you have your attendees that are showing up on the conference. I can also bring up a notes area. This is just where I can keep some free-form notes that I may want to put into the chat box at a later time, or that I want to remind myself to go through certain points on the conference. I also have a file share, and the file share will allow me to upload files from my local machine that then can be downloaded by attendees on the conference, and then I can also enable it so that the participants can do uploads as well, or I can turn that off so that only administrators can put the files up there, and then also have the ability to remove files that have been placed up here very quickly. And again, each one of these modules is great because you can just click on the little X button and get them off the screen. They're out of your way. And we also have a Q&A feature where, again, people can ask their questions. They can type them in, and they'll show up in this box, and then you can actually answer them. And again, on this, they can be private questions where only the administrator can see the questions coming in, or you can show the questions to everybody and the answers to everybody. So you have a lot of control over who's going to see which parts of your conference. And then we also have a whiteboard where we can do full whiteboard presentations, where I can actually come in on the screen and I can write and do drawings and all of these things. I don't have a Bamboo tablet on here right now, so that's with my mouse, and a little bit elementary, but it gets the point across. So you do have full whiteboarding capabilities. Down here we have the ability to share our desktop. I'm not actually going to do this because I'll actually show you, but what you're going to see is just the gray screen. Then your users will actually see your desktop. And then over here we have the ability to, right here, do surveys, where I can actually bring a survey in and then share this survey with the group, and then they're going to see the survey, and I can have it, and this is a little survey that I put together, and I can set it over here such that I can broadcast the results to all the users. I can save the results locally, and then I can simply stop sharing it. So I'm going to stop sharing this, and then we have the ability to load content into a presentation screen, and I can either load it from my account or I can load it directly from my computer. So if I want to bring a video in and actually play a video, I could do that, or I can actually bring in a presentation, which I'll do now because I don't want the sound coming through while we're actually sitting here doing this presentation. So I can share a file. And then again, each one of these modules, I can make it go full screen so that the users get a much bigger view of this, and I can actually make the file bigger, make the file smaller. And while this is a presentation, I can actually still use this as a whiteboard and draw on the presentation at the same time. So there's a lot of functionality in this that will allow you to run meetings and do live presentations with a really professional look and feel for what you want to do. Now, one last thing I wanted to show you, we're talking about layouts. This is kind of a standard layout right here, and I'm going to disappear from the screen here for a moment. So I'll stop my broadcast, and now I'm not on the screen anywhere, but I can quickly change from one layout to another. So in other words, this is a video conference. If I want to go into a broadcast view, I can, with the click of a button, very quickly go into a broadcast view. I can go into a discussion view. And again, this is on the fly right while the meeting's going. I don't have to stop the meeting in order to do this. Here's a whiteboard presentation. And then to show you, you can create your own custom layouts. Here's one that I created that I actually use quite a bit. And I just pre-designed this where my whiteboard's here, and I can move the whiteboard, and this is kind of how I set up a standard conference where I will be right here. All of my attendees will be over here. Then we have the attendee list, the chat, and the presentations in the middle, notes, the file share, and the Q&A. So I have most of the modules on the screen right off the bat, but if I want to pull in a whiteboard with a click of a button, I've got a whiteboard on the screen, and again, I can make it go full screen real quick. I can reduce it, or I can move it right out of the way and be done with it. So again, very, very powerful platform. This is just a quick overview to show you all of the different areas. Then I'm going to do a quick video on each one of these modules for you. So I hope that you found this to be helpful, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Take care.